$197 that's available this year. And whatever you adopt tonight, and I see you're reducing it, you'll have more to cover, and you'll have a remaining balance in the neighborhood of 40,000. If you only use 40, you'll have 40,000 of the 80,000 left.
Thank you, Marty. I think this is a great use of a surplus. You know, as you know, through our frugal management, we've my hat's off really to the town administrator and the town financial administrator. Every year, I think now for the last 6 years, we've had a surplus, and that really speaks volumes as to how things are run. And this is a great use of it because it is a real public need out there to get this area, to move the water off of this area, because like in Hurricane Irma, the road was closed. That was it. The road was closed, and Dykes is a major road, So I think this is an appropriate use of that surplus money to take care and handle this project and complete it. So that's basically it. Full support.
Okay. Go ahead, Freddie.
One thing I want to bring out, a lot of people drive Dyke Road, I do. There's a thing on there that gives you a false impression of drainage. There's some catch basins on both sides of the road, but they don't go nowhere. They go from one side to the other side, but they don't go anywhere. So if you ride down there, you say, what are they talking about? Look at all the catch basins. But they're not doing anything.
No.
Not going anywhere.
Good point. That's funny. We have that a few places in town. Anybody else? Dee, you got anything, or you good?
No, I'm good.
Okay. All right. Call the question.
What was it again?
Sorry about that. Councilmember Schroeder?
Yes.
Councilmember Jablonski?
Yes.
Councilmember Bright Cruz?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Fisickelli?
Yes.
Mayor McKay?
Yes.
Okay, motion passed.
Okie doke.
No. Are we gonna?
Next victim is number 12.
Yes.
Approval of minutes.
Approval of minutes.
So
Well, hold on. We're going to do this walk-on item?
We can do the minutes first and then the walk-on item, whatever you
Okay.
prefer, Mayor.
We have an appointment as well.
Yeah. Correct.
Okay. Go ahead.
So we're going to do the walk-on item, or?
I don't, whatever you all want to do.
Mayor,
I think
recommendations.
we have a
finish
motion here to approve the minutes. I'll second.
Yeah, I was
Okay,
gonna say,
go
finish
ahead.
the agenda, then you go to the walk.
Yep.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second. Want me to call the question,
Yes.
Mayor? Councilmember Schroeder?
Yes.
Councilmember Jablonski?
Yes.
Councilmember Bright Cruz?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Fisickelli?
Yes.
Mayor McKay?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay. Appointments in this walk-on item.
So we have an appointment for the Broward League of Cities. There's
Three
requesting that we select a director and an alternate,
And the second alternate.
and a second alternate.
I make a motion, we keep it the same as last year.
I think that's a whale of an idea. I'll second that.
I third it. I third it. But I would like to see you others step up to the plate. I think we should change it.
And who's third?
I think you're ready, Steve, aren't you? You're ready, right?
Well, we do need a third, though, so just,
You need a third alternate?
no, they need a director, which would be, I think it was the mayor's, the
I
director,
think
correct?
they put me in.
Yes, and the alternate was Commissioner Schroeder, and then you need a second alternate.
Really?
Yeah,
All right.
Okay, Keith, you can be the third.
yeah, no, thank you.
Oh,
That's the beauty of being on this end of the table.
I don't know.
well, I can't
Listen,
do it.
you got it 1 and 2. Somebody's got to pick a number 3 or step up.
Unfortunately, my term ends in November, and I just, it just wouldn't be right.
Hold on.
Wouldn't be right.
Hold on. The catch-22 is so does his unless he runs again.
Yeah, well, I've already said.
I'm definitely running.
Okay, all right. So then you're the second alternate.
Okay, that sounds good.
If you
I
need-
make a motion.
If you need a name,
They made an motion.
All right.
Making an amendment.
So Gary's the second alternate.
I just want to say congratulations.
We need we need a
I
second.
want to say thank you very much.
Oh, jeez. All right.
Have to go with 1 and 2.
Any public comment on this one? I don't think so.
Third person in line.
That would be fun, though, wouldn't it? It'd be fun to beat us up on that one. That would be good. All right. Go ahead and call the question.
Okay.
Councilmember Schroeder,
Oh, yes.
Councilmember Jablonski,
No.
Councilmember
You
Brayers,
can't say no.
Councilmember Brayers, okay. Vice Mayor Fiskelli,
Yes.
and Mayor McKay.
Yes.
The item passes 4-1.
Yeah. Too
The
funny.
last item, Mayor, is a walk-up on item that was discussed at the last meeting, but was walked on because we were finalizing the lease terms, and that's why it's before you, so.
All right. Has it been accepted, the lease terms? Andy?
I haven't been-
They have not responded, but this is what the council would be willing to accept. We
Gotcha.
weren't looking to get into a negotiation. This is what you're willing to.
No, absolutely. Okay. All
No,
right.
they're reviewing it. They haven't gotten back to us, but again, it wasn't designed to be a negotiation.
No, I understand. But listen, it's nothing but positive for them, so. Okay. Motion in a second?
No, we need to read it into the record. if you
Okay.
don't mind, Mayor.
Yes.
Go ahead.
This is a resolution of the Town Council of the Town of Southwest Ranches, Florida, approving a lease agreement with Helen Homes of Weston Development LLC, providing for the temporary lease of a portion of the unrestricted property located at the southwest corner of Griffin Road and Southwest 163rd Avenue for the storage of clean fill in exchange for the town receiving free fill, and authorizing the mayor, town administrator, and town attorney to execute said agreement, and providing an effective date.
Mayor and council, only because Andy walked off, I'll just introduce it for a second. And that is, at the last meeting, the mayor brought forward a item to essentially figure out a way in which a property being developed in Weston could store fill on the town's property in exchange for a certain number of things. One thing is that the town would receive potentially free fill, up to 600 loads of free fill, which is required and needed on the park property adjacent to the property where it's going to be stored. In addition to that, the property owner has suggested that it would make a donation in a combined amount of $60,000 to the Astor Knight Park Foundation as a goodwill gesture to the town for the use of this fill on this property. The expected load of fill is a max, so essentially max of what they're estimating is 1,200 loads of fill. The contract has required hours in which it can be delivered to the property and removed from the property, Monday through Friday, only within building hours, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. The fill cannot be stored more than 20 feet high on the property, which is essentially one truckload dump, depending how high it spreads at that time. There are environmental provisions in there to ensure that the fill is clean. There's restoration provisions in there, and Councilmember Jablonski added yesterday a provision to require access to be guaranteed only through Griffin Road. So that was added to the agreement as well. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. You all are approving the agreement to enable the town to store the fill on our property in exchange for us getting free fill at the end of the project. But simultaneously, if the owner approves this lease, they'll also be signing the agreement with the Astor Knight Parks Foundation as well.
Okay.
I have a question before we go any further on.
Go ahead.
Is this something where we need to hear from them first?
No,
Should we delay this, or?
no, because essentially we gave it to them and said, here are our terms.
Oh, okay.
So if there's minor modifications, the resolution enables us to make it. If it's something major, then it would have to come back before you.
Yeah, it's really not.
Other than that, this is what we're
Yeah.
willing to accept.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Public comment?
Bob Hartman, Chair of the Drainage Committee or resident? I'm not sure.
Both?
Yeah. Love the idea, support it completely, but I put my Drainage Committee hat on, and I heard 1,200 truckloads, which is about 24,000 yards. bigger than a swimming pool. This thing needs to be set back a little bit from the road, otherwise we're going to be flooding Griffin from all the water that comes off of that and the street that's right there. I don't know if that's in the contract, but this needs to be placed properly or it's going to create big problems for us. Thank you.
Oh, they won't fill that. I hear you. No additional public comment? Seeing no additional public comment is closed. Back to us.
I will say one of the side benefits to this is that, we've had a number of times where we've wanted to use that part of the park for one reason or another, and frankly, it turns, you can't, because if it rains, it turns into a muck hole, and it just, you can't be used. And this will allow us to actually potentially use part of that park for something, for an event, which we've never been able to do. So that's a nice plus. Farmers market is at the top of my list, I know that, but I don't know if that'll get us all the way there, but it'll be a good start anyway.
What about a car show?
It is our front door, so it's nice.
Okay. Anything else? You good?
This sounds like, it sounds like a win-win. I mean, the cows are going to have to wait.
All right, call the question, please.
Councilmember Schroeder,
Yes.
Councilmember Jablonski,
Yes.
Councilmember Bright Cruz,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Fisickelli,
Yes.
Mayor McKay.
Yes. All right, how about a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Awesome, thank you. Thank you, everyone, for coming out. Greatly appreciate it.